Canva is a free-to-use online graphic design tool used to create social media posts, presentations, posters, videos, logos, you name it. Canva can do it for you. In this complete beginner's guide, I'm going to share with you how to use Canva for video editing. You will learn all the basics you need to edit your videos from scratch to finish. So without taking much of our time, let's get started. Right, so the first thing that we need to understand is, what is Canva? Okay, Canva is a free graphic design platform that allows you to create a wide range of creative assets, including social media, images, videos, posters, websites, you name it, booklets, multimedia presentations, and many more things. Okay, so it provides a drag and drop interface that makes customizing thousands of templates simple and very easy. And that's just simply what Canva is. Okay, it's just a graphic design platform that offers multiple templates, easy to access and edit templates. Now, one of the key reasons that you should pay attention to is, why should you use Canva for video editing? Okay, so the first reason I usually give is it is easy to use. Canva's video editor is user-friendly and intuitive, okay, making it easy for beginners to create professional-looking videos, okay, just by editing templates, or even by starting from scratch, you could be able to edit a professional-looking video. And then we talk about its free nature, okay. Canva offers a free version of its video editor with basic features that are sufficient for most users, okay. So even if you are a free user, you can have access to most of the key features that it offers. So it's nearly free, but then there are some pro features that you have much benefit if you are subscribing to the pro version. And then we have templates, okay. Canva provides a variety of templates that can be customized to suit your needs, regardless of what you are creating. You can easily customize them regardless, to suit your own design or to suit your own brand, okay. And then we have stock footage. Canva has a vast library of stock footage that can be used in your videos and so on. Some of them are copyright free, but then a lot of them, you could find some that are for pro users, okay, but you can do quite a lot with the free versions as well. For a beginner or someone with intermediate access, all of these stock images are very much enough for you to create stunning looking videos. And then we have a range of animations. Canva's video editor allows you to add animations to your videos, making them more engaging, okay, so they can help you to make your videos more engaging and appear very, very nice and professional. And then another reason could be that Canva's audio editor has a built-in audio library, okay. They have a built-in audio library that you don't have to move out to get the audios from other sites like Pixabay or even YouTube library. They have an inbuilt library that is connected to most of these websites that you can have access to, okay, that you can add your background music, sound effect, you can add them even within Canva. Okay, and then we talk about collaboration. Canva allows you to collaborate with others on your video project, so making it easy to work with a team. Okay, so you have a team members located remotely at different locations. You can be able to work on the same video project together within Canva. So it's cloud-based, okay, which means the editor is cloud-based, which means that you can access your project from anywhere and from any device. I'll show you how to access it using the both online feature and the desktop version as well. And then it has the social media integration, okay. Canva's video editor allows you to create videos that are optimized for social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. You can create your videos that are customized with the sizing and everything that suits some of the social media platforms. So easily you can just directly search for YouTube or Facebook banners or Facebook videos and you create, or Instagram videos, and it will give you that one by one nature, and then you can start creating your videos without you worrying about sizing. Everything has been customized to that. And then lastly, we talk about affordability. Canva's paid version is affordable and provides access to more advanced features like premium templates, stock footage, and many more. Okay, so if you are capable and you want to explore the pro features, it's better you access it, and it's exceptionally cheap when you compare it with other graphics design platforms. Okay, so I think this is just about the main reason why you should choose Canva as your video editor. So to create an account, you could come anywhere within your browser. You can come to the search bar and just search for Google. And once you brought into Google, you can just go ahead and search for Canva, just like so, with the right spelling. And then you can hit on enter. You can see it, Visual Suite for everyone. Okay, so you can see, you just select the first option, canva.com, or on your own manually, you can go to canva.com, and it's going to bring you over to this very platform. You could accept all the cookies, and then you can start. Just take a look at some of the beautiful things they offer, and you can see a lot of things, a lot of templates that you can work with during your creations, right? So there are lots of things to look into when you want to start using Canva, because it's an all-in-one platform. It encompasses quite a lot of things. So the first thing is, if you have an account, you can come all the way to the top here and log in to put in your username and password, and then you can just log in and start using it. If you don't have an account, you can go ahead and click on sign up, and it will bring you over to this very platform. Now over here, you have the option to sign up with a Google account. If you have a Google account open, you can as well go ahead and sign up with it. If you have a Facebook account, or you can use directly your email and password, any email that you have, be it Live, be it Yahoo, or any email, okay? We'll continue in another way. It has multiple means of signing up. So you can just go ahead, provide the username and password, or the means in which you want to sign up. It's very easy. It's just click through, you just sign up, and then you register, all right? So once you register, I'll go ahead and sign up with my own account, and then I'll meet you at the other side. But before then, let's explore the free and pro version. So you can see, you can get it for free for anyone to design anything, okay, on their own or with family, friends, or others. No experience is required. This is the free version. For the pro version, you can check out the plans and pricing from here. You can see the pro free version and the pro and the team version if you want to check out. All right, quite a lot of things that you can kind of benefit from. Okay, so these are the plans. Okay, for the free version, this is what you can create with it, and you can have up to 5 GB of cloud storage. And then for the pro version, it goes with this much amount per month, which is quite cheap compared to what you're going to get. There's so many features that you're going to get. So for this, let me just go ahead and sign in with my own Gmail account, and then I'll meet you at the other side so that we can look at the general overview of the Canva platform. Okay, so when you log in the Canva website, you'll be brought into this very platform. So this is where you see everything that has to do with Canva. You can see things you might be interested in, from document creation, whiteboard creation, YouTube thumbnail creation. You can create video even of different types. Okay, you can click and you can see different kind of videos from here. And you can see Facebook posts, invoices, and flyers. You can create anything of your choice. You can see everything that you can, Instagram reels, Instagram stories, and so on, posters, infographics. There's so many things you can select, and you can be able to customize things and create things on your own. But for now, for this tutorial, because our main focus is the video editing, we will just concentrate on the video editing. Like, this is Canva for you that contains all of this. You can see the docs version. You can check our whiteboard and presentations, and you'll be able to see social media, or you can come to videos directly from here. All your recent designs, what you've created with Canva, you can be able to see them over here. These are my recent designs, and you can change the arrangement how you want them, either the list view or the thumbnail view. Right now it's at the thumbnail view. You can change them to the list view if you're interested. And then you have other things over here. For example, the project that you are working on, you can be able to see all the folders here, the templates. This contains a range of templates that you can see from different angles, okay, depending. So if you are looking for videos, you can come directly to videos over here. You can just click and you'll see all sort of videos. You can see easy to assemble videos, from mobile videos, Facebook videos, Instagram reels, and so on. You'll be able to see different kind of templates that you can easily customize to your liking. And then over here, you can be able to edit your videos with ease with this editing feature, okay, which we are going to talk about in just a bit. Over here, you can edit to the beat sync. You can carry out beat sync from here, or one-click background removal, which of course is for pro users. Now, there are a number of templates over here that you can use depending on what kind of content you're targeting. Is it a Facebook video? Is it an Instagram reels? You can see TikTok videos and so on. You can be able to see different types, and you can customize them accordingly. Now, over here, you have the option to check out your projects, okay, where you have worked on, and they can be categorized according to folders of different types. You can create folders and you can insert them in a particular folder. So it becomes very easy for you to access. And then you can always come back to the home. Now down here, you can define your brand, okay, as regards the coloration and other features like font style and font type you can define from here. And over here you have a range of applications that are connected with Canva that you can have access to and you can easily work with. You can see a number of them. All right, so you can always come back to the home. At this point, you can come over here and you can search for any type of video you want to type. You can search with the keywords from that particular video and it's going to give you sample video that you can edit, you can work on. Now, if you want to start creating video, which is our main concern for today, to create and edit videos with Canva, you can start by coming to videos over here and you can start with the default. Okay, so let's start with create a blank video by just clicking on this. And once we create this, the first thing that we need to look at is open this design in Canva app. We say no to this, no thanks, because for this tutorial, for this whole tutorial, we want to make it online version using the Canva online. So again, I'm going to take you through the general overview of the video editing platform. Okay, so over here you have the canvas. This is the main preview canvas, which you will see in most video editing platforms. Down here you have the timeline. Okay, so the timeline is extendable. You can as well extend it, but then you can drag and drop videos footage onto this and you can always play to see a preview from here. Now the timeline is classified according to slides. Okay, so you can add pages. According to pages, you can easily add a page directly. You can continuously be adding pages. I'll show you how to work with this. And then you have the duration. You can be able to extend duration, and over here you can write notes in cases when you have some details that you want to capture while you are editing. And then over here you have the zoom in slider. Over here you can zoom across the canvas, okay, preview canvas, and if you click again, you'll be able to zoom across the timeline. All right, you can see you can now zoom across this timeline, which is very easy. So you can exchange both of them depending on which one you want to extend and at which point. Right, so you can change the view to grid view if you want to change it to grid view, and you can see right now we're working with this, and you can bring it back to the list view, the normal view that we have, and then you can always preview from this, so you can be able to see the complete overview of the video canvas or the editing platform. Now over here you have a number of things, like you can edit the background coloration. Over here you can add different kind of color to the canvas, and then you can change the timing. Over here we'll discuss this in detail as we go on with the tutorial. And then the position, also you can change the position of the elements that you have. You may have series of layers, one on top of another, and we're going to see how we can use all of them as we move on. Now you can use the undo and redo buttons from here, and this is to make sure that all your work is being saved on the cloud. Now at this point, you'll be able to have access to this plus button. This simply summarizes how much length of video clips that you have. So on this one, you have 8 seconds, and you can see over here is 8 seconds as well. Now this place is where you will be able to see the main features that you are dealing with, the main templates. For example, when you're in the design format, you'll be able to see similar designs to what you are looking for. These are similar videos. These are videos that are suggested for you, and you can always search from here. These are from templates, okay? So you can easily search depending on the topic you are working on. You can easily select over here and you can search, for example, cards. You'll be able to see different type of cards, a video of them that you can easily drag and drop, and you customize them accordingly. We'll look into how to use this in detail. So you can see these are pets, dogs, animals. You can see more if you come over here, and then over here you can customize the search by color, by language, and the price. Okay, is it free or paid version? Right now you can see there are free versions here and there are paid versions here. These are the pro versions. Anyone you see with this crown, it means it is paid. So this is design. You can search for anything, and then these are elements. You can find them of different types, be it shapes, be it recently graphics and images and so on. You can search for anything, stickers, photos. You can search videos directly. Everything can be found in the elements. You can see arrows, lines, circles, logos. You name it, you can just search and you'll be able to find it in elements. Now over here you have text of different types. You can add a text box directly and you can manually type the text on your own, or you can use your brand, or you can use the default ones. These are default ones, or you can have recently used. These are different types of text depending on the content that you're trying to create. You can search for the type of text also depending on the fonts and the styling. Okay, so you can see there are a number of them that you can easily access. And then over here you have your brand. If you have defined, of course this is a feature for the pro users, But I promise you, throughout this tutorial, we are going to use all of the free versions of Canva. But just to intimate you, in branding, you'll be able to define your logos, your colors, and your fonts, style, and brand voice. You can be able to define all of them from here. And then over here, this is where you upload your media. Okay, all the media that you've uploaded, you'll find them over here, including images, videos, and audios. You'll be able to see them classified accordingly. And you can upload from different platforms, which we are going to talk about also in detail. And then you have the draw feature. This is a very new feature that has been introduced by Canva. You can draw things on the canvas directly on your own using different types of pens and different types of coloration and the diameter of the pen. Okay, so we'll look into this also in very detail. And then we have projects. This you can access the projects that you've worked on, the designs you've worked on, the folders you've classified your design accordingly, and you can drive and carry out footage from here into the canvas. And then over here, again, you have a range of applications that are connected with Canva that you can easily use during your video editing. So you can have the charts, photos, ball creation, background, audios and videos, and translate and so on. Popular ones, you can find the Magic Me, okay? You can see the DID, okay? Mockups, you can see different types of applications that you can easily use throughout this period. So this place is collapsible. You can collapse and you'll be able to have more of the canvas, so you can be able to use it directly. So to access it as well, you have to log in. And once you're logged in, or wherever you are, maybe based on the editing, you can still come to the home tab over here and you can navigate to the top right. You'll be able to see open the app over here. So you can just click on open the app and it's going to bring you to this very page. Okay, your favorite design tool available as a desktop app. This is available for Mac, which is Intel and Apple chips. Okay, you can see it's going to automatically detect which operating system you're using, and it's going to give you the version for that operating system. For my own case, I'm using Mac operating system. So it has already recognized and given me the download link for Mac operating system. If you are using Windows, you can click on Windows and it's going to give you the Windows version, or the iOS or Android. You can easily use Canva on all of these platforms. And one good thing about it is that the looks and everything, the features and everything are the same. Okay, I think very little things that you can find that is different, but I have not found any difference as regards the content. But let me show you what I'm talking about. I've just downloaded mine, so you can just go ahead and click to download, and you can see it over here. It's downloading, so you can just click and it's going to download it's just 163 megabytes. So you can just go ahead and download it, and the installation is pretty simple as well. You can just install, so you have the desktop version of Canva. Alright, right now you can see it has finished the downloading. You can just click on this folder and it will just bring you to where you have it. You can just double click to start the installation process and you can see it over here. So as usual, the installation procedure for Mac operating system, you have to just drag it over here into the applications and it's just going to move it into the application. You can see it's been installed. Okay, so what you need to do to access this Canva is to come back to the launchpad and just click, and you can just search for Canva. You can see it over here, Canva. So you can just click on it and it's going to open. You can close on this and it's going to open the desktop version. Again, you have to give the permission to open. And you'll be welcome to this very platform. This is the desktop version of Canva. You can see it's free, but it's kind of the same with what you have. You can see all the features, the elements, the different templates that you were just talking about. You'll be able to see all of them here. Okay, the templates that we've shown, you can find all of them in this very desktop app. Okay, so you can always go back and you can still work on the videos of different types. You'll be able to see the view and everything, even the content, the features are exactly what we have on the cloud version. Okay, but then you can go ahead and just work on the desktop version because I think it's quite better and it's very light to work with. Okay, so but in general, the whole idea is this is just to enable you to download and install the desktop version of Canva to ease your access. For example, here we can start the video, we can come to the video editing platform and we can create a blank page. And let's have a look at what it is going to give us so that we can know exactly whether this is the same as the other one or not. All right, as you can see, the looks is the same. We can see the canvas, we can see all the templates. and we equally have access to all of the other features. Okay, the uploads, the draw feature, the project, and the applications. You can see all of them, the templates and the stylings you'll be able to see, and you can be able to search directly the same way. The only thing is you have to specify which account you're going to use, and all of your actions on that account online on the cloud is going to be automatically synchronized, and you can find everything on the desktop. So to create a project, as usual, we want to create a video video editing project. So you can come from the home tab. This is, we're using the desktop version. You can come to videos over here, create a blank page, and it's going to bring you into this untitled design, which is going to be a blank and fresh design that you can create within Canva. Okay, so you can see it right now. So this is, you can open this in the Canva app. Okay, so let's say we go and open it in the Canva app. Okay, so from here, the next thing that we want to learn is how to create the project. So to create a project from this untitled, you can come to these three dots, come to file over here, and you can just go ahead and say create new design from here. So you can just go ahead and create new design. And what is it going to be? Is it going to have a custom size? If you have a particular size, you can define the size from here. You can just say custom size, and you'll be able to give the width and the height and the pixels over here. So you'll be able to define it, and you can lock the changes, the sizing also if you're interested. So once you define the sizing, for example, 1920 by 1080, or you have a specific design maybe from YouTube or from TikTok or Instagram, you can define the sizing directly from here. But let's say I'm going with the existing one, so we can go ahead and say project is going to be a video, and it's going to be 1920 by 1080. So you can just go ahead and give it a name. And to name a project, you can come over here, you click on this, and let's say sample video editing. Okay, so let's call it sample video editing, and we click out, and this now becomes our project design name. Okay, so this is sample video project. So where is it saved? We don't know. If you open your document, where can you find this? If you open Canva, where can you find this document? And that's what I'm trying to show you. So you can come all the way over to these three lines, and you can click, and you can come to your project over here. Once you click on this, you'll be able to see all of your designs over here. So right now I want us to move this to a folder. So you can come to file over here, and you can say save to a folder. So you can click which of the folders. We have this folder, video editing project. If you want to save it here, you can go ahead and save it. But at this moment, I want to create a new folder. So you can come over here and say sample project. So it's going to save our video. This design that we're going to work is going to save it on this new folder. So you can just go ahead and click on save, and it's going to move it to this. Okay, so if you want to see this anytime, you can just come all the way to these three lines, come down here, and you can see sample project. Once you click on sample project, you'll be able to see the sample video editing that we've created. Okay, alternatively, if you come back to the home tab, you can come back to the home tab and be able to see sample video editing over here. So once you click, it's going to open up, and you come back to the same project, so you can continue to edit. So I think this is going to help you in your file management and in project management directly as you're working on your video editing within Canva. So you can know exactly where is this and where is this project, which folder it is being located, and how can you find it. Now to import a media, all you need is just to start by coming to the import, the upload button. Over here, you can come to upload, and you can see these are range of images that I have uploaded recently. You can see them by just mere movement. You can be able to see all the images I have uploaded, and you can be able to see all the videos that I have uploaded, and you can see the audios that I have uploaded over here. So from the media that you have uploaded, if you hover over any media, you can see these three dots. Once you click on it, you'll be able to edit the image name, or that particular media. You can edit the name given to it, or you can add it to a category, even though this is a paid feature, and you can move it on your own to a specified folder within the Canva platform, and you can download it or select the item and select multiple items, then select a particular category, and you can move to trash if you're interested. Now to import directly, you can come to upload directly from here. Okay, Alternatively, you can come to this three dot as well and click on it. And now over here, you have the option to upload directly from your system or from Google Drive or Instagram or Dropbox or Google Photos. Wherever you have your media, you can upload from there. So let's say in this case, for this example, we are going to upload some media from my system. So we can start with the first option. So we click on this and then we can navigate to the location where we have that particular media. In my own case, I have it in this video editing with Canva. Under media, you can come to videos and you can see these 3 videos I have downloaded just for demonstration for the purpose of this tutorial. So you can select all of them and then come over to click on open, and they're going to be uploaded as videos. Okay, like I said, the media is being categorized. These are images, these are videos, and then these are audios. So you can see them being uploaded over here. You can be able to see the progress directly from the left icon over here. Okay, so you can see they are being uploaded individually. Now, another good thing with Canva is that before it even finish uploading, you can still make use of the media. For example, you could drag and easily drop it into the canvas and you can start your basic editing while it is still uploading within the media bin or within the media bin. Okay, so you can see right now I've dragged and dropped this, and you can see it's been dropped into this page 1. If you like, you can add another page and you can drag and drop another section of the video. You can drop it into the timeline manually like this, or you can still drop it on the canvas. All right, and it's going to directly override the other one. If you want to put it on the next page, you can just select it and make sure you drag and drop on that page. Now you are going to drop it and it's going to be on this particular page. If you want to add on another page, you can just go ahead, drag and drop on another page. So if you place it on this plus sign, it's going to automatically create another page and it's going to add it. Okay, so by default, when you drag and drop a media, it starts playing directly like this. Okay, so this is how to upload a video. Alternatively, you may just drag and drop a media. So let's have a look at how you can drag and drop as another way to import a particular media. So let's just move on to the folders. I have some media under this. All right, so I have these images. Okay, I have these images, so I can just open. All right, so I can select this much image. I can just drag. Let's say I select all of these images. I can just drag and drop them like this into the media bin. Okay, so you can see by just mere dropping, you can see them under the image section and they are being uploaded as well one by one. And even as they are being uploaded equally, you can drag and drop them and continue with your editing within the Canva platform. Okay, so you can drag and drop depending on which page you are on. You can easily drag and drop them and you can resize according to whatever shape or whatever size or whatever. This is like picture in picture. All right, so this is about importing videos and images. So let's try audio, and we can go to the same way. You can go over here, back, and then let's try this audio. We have this much number of audios. We can select and drag and drop them as well into the media bin, and you can see the audios are also being uploaded into our media bin. So you can as well drag and drop them into the timeline and you can continue with your actions or whatever editing or production of video you are doing. Now, assuming we have imported our media, all the media we need, the images, the videos, and the audios, and you can find them at this upload. And we've just dragged and dropped the video section into this timeline or into the pages. And we have page 1, page 2, page 3. You can notice that when we start playing with this plus button, it starts playing automatic. And depending on where the playhead is, you can easily select and you can move around forward or backward at any given point. Now, one thing you should pay attention to is that you can create a split. Okay, that's the first thing. You can select a particular media and you can right click on it and you can create a split of that page. Okay, so each media is covering the entire page. Okay, the whole page, and after this it goes to the next one. After this it goes to the next one. So if you want to create a split, for example, you want to divide this clip into 2, you can just right click and it's going to cut at where the playhead is directly. So you can say create a split with this, create a split, or you can use a shortcut S on your keyboard, and it's going to create that split. And you can see right now we have our clips divided into two. This is clip 1 and clip 2. You can do further one by just hitting on the letter S on the keyboard, and you can see it created another cut for us. Okay, so on each one you select, it's now on its own a particular page. Okay, when you select anyone, it's now a separate page on its own. And you can hover over it. You can see these 3 dots. Okay, when you click on the 3 dots, you still have the same right clicking option. You can split, you can add transitions in between the clips, you can lock a particular page against editing, you can hide the page, or you can delete or duplicate or add a new page just after this one. And you can edit the page title. If you want to give it a page title, you can as well give it a page title. All right, so this is splitting. And if you want, at some point you can create trimming. Okay, you can trim from each angle. You can come over to the edge of the video until your cursor turns into this horizontal sign, and once you click, you can just drag and you can see it is trimming from the edge. Okay, and once you release, that section of the video has been trimmed. Now the good side of Canva, just like many other video editors, is that trimming is reversible. If you bring back your cursor to that same position, you click and you drag backward, you can see it is bringing back the media that you've trimmed earlier. Okay, so you can see once you release, that section of the media is now back. And you can do that from both angles, from left or right. You can select from the right as well, and you can trim the edges just like that. And you can see you've shortened the video by that amount. Now that's one way to do trimming. You can select a particular clip and you can come to the top here. You can click to do trimming by using this scissors sign. You can click and you'll be able to have this whole page demonstrated also at this top. Now when you click from the left, you can hover over it from the left until your cursor turns into the horizontal sign, and you click and drag, you are equally trimming the video from the left. Okay, and you can trim and drag also, and you are trimming the video from the right. And once you release, you can see it down here that the trimming action has also been confirmed from what you see down here. You're free to pause the video and then you can say done once you're done with the trimming and you like what you see. Again, under this as well, you can still undo it. You can open it back. You can come back and undo the trimming and you still have your media back just like that. And once you click on OK, it becomes confirmed that you have trimmed the media. Now, another thing you can do is that you can be able to move the media across. You can just drag and move it across. You can drag any section and you can just move it across. That's done very easily. Okay, and you can add a page by just coming on this plus sign and just hitting on it. You can add a page directly, and then by selecting a media again, you can come over here and open the video editor, and you have the option to use the effects. Effects could mean removing the background. This is a pro feature, but it's exceptionally nice to have Canva remove your background. It is doing this like magic within seconds, and it's going to give you a fantastic job removing the background. And there are lots of filters. If you want to add filters, probably we will look at filters, how we can add filters in general to edit our videos using filters. You can see there's natural, there's warm filters, and there's vivid filters. You can just check around and see which one can suit the content or the type of content you are creating. So lots of filters, and you can check adjust. You can see different kind of adjust. We're going to look into color adjustment as you move through this tutorial. But for now, during this editing, we just focus on the effects. And then you have the playback option. You can click on playback and you'll be able to increase the speed of a clip or reduce the speed. And you can play it or repeat. If you just enable this button, it's going to play it or repeat. Maybe later we'll look at how you can speed up or shorten or slow motion on a clip. And then over here, you can change the coloration, document color, brand color, or default colors. You can change so many coloration from here. Okay, and this animation, you can add the animation on the text or sometimes a combination of text and shapes as well. If you have any image or any text or any video, sometimes it can still work. So you can see, you'll be able to see the preview of what that particular effect is going to do on your video, particularly on text. They're much better on text. And then you can check out the position, which means you can align left, you can create layers, you can manage the arrangement from here. You can be able to take in something from the bottom to the top using this move forward, backward by just selecting a particular clip. And you can manage layers as well. If you want to see all the layers, you'll be able to see them here. Right now, we have only one layer because we've just inserted this at the top of the page. Okay, and you can lock for against any change. You can lock a particular page and you can play around with the media. If this media has an audio, you can select it and you can come over here and you just directly mute the audio. If you select this, all the audio within this media, this particular page is going to be muted. Okay, so that is about editing the first way. Okay, so you can trim, you can split, you can move the items across, and then over here you can be able to move again. Like I've explained, you can increase or decrease the size of the canvas, and when you click on this, you can increase or decrease the size of the timeline or the pages within the timeline. And if you want, you can use this small arrow to close on the timeline so you concentrate only on the canvas. Okay, and if you want also, you can click over here to have access to the timeline. Now, another feature is when you click on a particular media from the canvas, you can click and you'll be able to have this access to all of these features. You can copy the media, you can copy a particular style and paste it somewhere, and then you can add comments. That means you can collaborate with people while editing. That's one of the key benefits of using Canva. You can collaborate with people and you work on the same video editing, and so they can be working one on a particular aspect of it while you are also equally working on a particular aspect. Now you can detach video from the background and you can show captions directly from here. You can enable it to show caption if the video you have has some captions. You select and hover over to selecting a media. Also, you will have this much options as well. You can flip if you want to flip. You can crop if you want to crop by just selecting. You have this much feature, and you can rotate from here. Okay, you can rotate your image at any given angle of your choice. Okay, if you are done, you can undo to bring it back to the default. Okay, but you can crop up from any angle, and then you can select and flip. If you want to flip, you can flip horizontal, you can flip vertical. Probably as you move on, you'll be able to see some of the benefits of using this. All right, so you can select and you still have access to animation, position, like we've said, opacity. You can increase the transparency, you can increase and decrease how transparent the video should be. And then you have copy style, just like so you can copy a particular style and paste it somewhere. Again, you can lock and mute the audio, right? So this is about editing. You can edit, you can move any aspect of the video from one section to the other. Okay, and down here you can add notes like we've explained earlier. You can add your own notes against any kind of editing, so you'll be able to know and work on it accordingly. And now over here you can decide to enable to show the duration of a particular clip, or if you don't want to show the duration, you can enable or disable it from here directly. Okay, we've explained how you can be able to visualize or preview on full screen. So B-rolls are very important, especially when you're editing your videos, you're explaining a concept and you want to have another image. Okay, you want to demonstrate the use of another image on top of that particular clip, just like having it just pop up or slide in or just appear while you're explaining a basic concept, and then you can get back to your screen and continue explaining. All right, so you can do that both with video and image. So I'm going to demonstrate to you how to use both of them in this case. All right, so assuming we have these two clips, okay, let's play to just have a preview of what we have. So assuming while this video is playing, I want to bring in another image just to demonstrate that another kid, maybe this kid also is running, or this one. Okay, so I can just add it as a picture in picture. So by default, when you select that particular image, it's just going to appear on the canvas and it's going to appear on the page as well, that page that you've selected. Now when you try to play this from the beginning, you will notice that it is playing across the entire page. Okay, so which means it is not going to be playing just that particular section, because I wanted, as this guy is running, let me demonstrate this kid's also running and then back to the same guy running, which is not going to be possible in this case. So all you need to do to add it as a B-roll, just like the way you have in other video editing platforms, is to define exactly the point where you want this image to come up. For example, let me minimize this and bring it to the side, and maybe let's say we start the video of the guy running. So let's say it is running. running up to this point. I can just press on the letter S to create a split, and you can see right now we've created a split, and let's say we allow it to continue running up to this point, and we create another split. Okay, so from the first clip you can notice that we can select the image and delete it, and then we have only the image of the guy running entering into the second clip. Okay, so we can see it runs, it continues to run up to this point. So we can select this same clip, and we can now say, since this is the section or the clip that we want to be occupied by this guy, we can just move it up. So we can say we have this guy, so it just moves as he is moving, as he's running, it just enters into this image. So we can continue to explain, and then it enters this one and continue the running. Okay, but I don't want the image to be on this page, so I can just select and delete it as well. Okay, so you can resize however you want it. You can trim from the edges to make it smaller or longer, however you want it. You can play around with it from here. So this is basically how to add a b-roll in the form of an image. So you can see a sample. Once he's running, he just jump into the boy and then backs to his running. So this is very important when you are doing a demonstrative tutorial to showcase a particular concept. And on your own, you can make it a picture-in-picture if you don't want to make it full video occupying the entire canvas. So you can select, you can come over here, and you can say, as you are explaining, this now stands by the side. Okay, so you can make it something smaller and you can put it, and it's going to serve the same purpose. So while it is playing, to just enter, still continue to play, but we have that picture-in-picture, and then it moves to the other one. Okay, so this is one way. Let's try to add the same b-roll, but this time around or with a video. So we can come over to the video section, and we can select any section of the video. For example, with this lady running, we want to assign a part of this guy running. So we can just drag and drop, or let's say we have these two guys. Okay, so you can just drag and drop on the canvas, and we have it in this particular page that we've selected. All right, so you have the option to do picture-in-picture as well, like we have done before, but you have to know that this video is covering the entire page that we have here. So if you want to have this played at some point within the clip, you just need to define the place. Okay, so let's say at this point we want to create a split, and at this point also we want to create a split, and we want this video to play only on this section. So we can select this section, and we can zoom it, or we can resize it to make it bigger so that it covers the entire screen. Okay, so you can just drag and see it covers the entire canvas. And we can go back to this same clip, and we can select this and just delete. You can select this and delete as well. So we have only this lady running, and then the video now jumps into the other video as a b-roll. Okay, so she jumps up to this point, and then it just jump out into the next one. All right, so we can see this is basically how to add b-rolls within your timeline in Canva. Okay, it's very, very interesting, and it's very easy to add, but it becomes much more interesting when you add a transition in between them, so it doesn't just jump cut into the clip just like so. Just take a look at this, it just quickly cuts into this. By the time we add a transition, it will now become very much interesting and becomes very, very professional. So take a look. This one now jumps into the other one. The jumping is what I don't want, and then it jumps back here. So when we add a transition, which is what we are going to look at next, we are going to notice some professionalism in the improvement that we have. Okay, but basically this is how to add a b-roll within the video editing, or within the timeline of Canva video editor. Now let's take a look at this video that we've just created. We have this guy running, and we've attached a b-roll into it, like we've explained earlier in the class, that these videos are cutting into the next one. Okay, from one page to another, they just easily cut. They are just cutting. Okay, there's no proper professional transition. So in this case, we are going to look at how we can incorporate basic transitions so that the videos can appear very much professional. Now let's start with the first one. In between these two clips that we have, the first one, this guy running, and then it just jumps into the second one. I want to create a transition, so we can just hover over in between the two clips. We can see this plus sign. This plus sign just signifies adding a page. If you want to add another page, you can just click on the plus sign, But then the next icon underneath it is add transition. Okay, so you can just click and a transition can be added in between the two clips over here. Now, once you click on transition, you'll be able to see that you have the transition panel enabled over here. So you can hover over and you'll be able to see a preview of how that transition is going to be. This is dissolve, this is slide, okay, this is circle wipe, this is color wipe, this is line wipe, and so on. You can have match video and you can have flow just like that, or you have stack and chop. Okay, sometimes I like stack and chop. So let's say we go with chop at this moment, and then in the next one we can click and we can click also, and then we can have something like stack. Okay, so in the stack you can change the duration. I think the 0.5 seconds is good, but then you can change the direction. Right now the default is from the top. You can have it from bottom or from sides or from the other side, just like so. Okay, so let's try to say in these two cases we've assigned, and let's have a preview of what we've just created. All right, so you can see it just quickly enters the other one. Okay, so you can see the transition is quite professional and is very, very proper. You can see, let's have it one more time. All right, so let's take a look one more time. It just quickly enters, and you can see in the second case as well. Okay, so the transition is quite nice and is very, very professional. You can see the second one. So you can add as many transitions as you want, and on each case you can still select and you can change the property. If you don't want this transition, you can change it, and if you don't want the direction, you can change the direction as well. So very easily, once you change the direction, it just quickly boots in and you can be able to have a transition played. Okay, so you can see we've now changed the direction. So you can add other transitions as well on the other clips, like when he's jumping from this guy running to this woman. So you can just come in between, click, and then let's say we have the line wipe, or you can have the color wipe. And sometimes I like this transition again, so you can select the transition and you can define the direction as well. Okay, and the intensity, the duration. When it's a bit, you can reduce or you can increase, but I think the 0.5 seconds is quite good. So let's try one more time to play and have a preview of what we've just created. Let's take a look. All right, I think this is very, very nice and professional. So in a nutshell, this is just a bit about adding transition in between the clips. Okay, and you can add it on any clip, and regardless whether it is a video or an image, you can still add transitions in between them to provide that professional look within your clip. Now, to add a text into the platform, you can just go ahead and navigate over to the text over here. You can see text and titles over here. So you have the option to search for a particular font or combination that you are looking for, or you can add a text box. If you want to add manually any kind of text, you can just click and you can select and just move it to any location of your choice and just add a text. For example, I'm going to add this text on this page. You can just select, double click inside, and you can say this video is done by Epic Mentorship, for example. So this is just a demonstration, just an example. So you want to put this as a video done by Epic Mentorship, and you want to cover the whole of this page. So you have the option that after creating the text, you have the option to double click and you can change a lot of features from here. From the font style, you can have different kind of font style, and you can just go ahead and select. Let's go with Oswald. I kind of like it sometimes, and then you can increase or decrease the sizing accordingly using this feature, or you can manually enter any amount, any size of your choice. For example, I can say 50 to this and hit on enter, and you can see you can use this sign to move it across to any point. And over here, you can change the coloration to any color of your choice. You can decide to go with this color, but I think at this point, we can go with something like this. I think this blue color is perfect. Or if you want, you can go with black, but I think I kind of like this blue. Okay, so go with this. And then you have the option to bold if you want to bold it, or you can unbold it, or you can italize. This Oswald may not have italics. You can underline if you want to underline, and you can strike through, or you can change the caps from small letters to big letters. Okay, you can change the case from lowercase to uppercase, and over here you can align left, right, and center. You can change the alignment depending on what kind of text you're adding, and you have the option to bullet text from here. For example, this is Epic Mentorship. If you want to add other things to make it in text form, for example, let's say we go back to the text, add a text box, and this time around I select and I make it, for example, running, dieting, and maybe let's say proper sleep. Okay, so we can select and we can center it to left. Okay, and then we can bullet this so you can have different types of bullet from here. Okay, and if you click on the list, you can make it in bullet form, and when you click again, it's going to give you the numbered list. Okay, so you can see it's now numbered, and you pray to resize it to any shape or any size of your choice to just extend, and you can play with the same feature or just like we've played with it here. And over here, you can decide to extend the vertical spacing, okay, vertical and horizontal spacing. This is the letter spacing. You may decide to increase the letter spacing, or you may decide to increase the line spacing. Right now, you can see it's now increasing the line spacing. You can increase or decrease from here. And you can use the anchor text box if you are interested, okay? And over here, you can insert different kind of effects. Selecting the text, you can insert effects of different types. Maybe you want to create something that is going to pop up a bit. Maybe this one that is going to give a shadow a little bit, and it's going to give it a bit of a lift. And you can vary the intensity of the lift from here. Okay, you can make 100 so it pops out a bit clear. And you can decide to say you want to add a text that has an outline. For example, sometimes you may want to have an outline. In this epic mentorship, I can click on effects and I can maybe want to have an outline, and you can define the color of the outline. What color do you want? Sometimes if you put in a white or a yellow, it may pop out a little bit. Okay, so you can see, depending, you can vary the thickness of the outline as well. You may decide to vary the thickness as you so wish. So it's all up to you. Maybe red color can do a good job here. But we have to reduce the thickness a little bit. I think this is much better. So you can play around with the text however you want it. There are different kind of effects. You can play around with this, or you can change and make it an echo or a glitch or thereabout. Or you can even make it a curved text. For example, you may decide to select and you can make it a curved text. Come to effects and you can make it a curved text, epic mentorship, something like that. So depending on what you are creating, what kind of brand you're trying to create, and so on. And then you have the animation. Later we'll look at animation in detail, how you can apply them. But then just for this tutorial, just to make sure that you understand how text, what effects you can add on text, we're going to add some animation. So selecting the text, you can add animations. As you hover over any of the animations, you'll be able to see what the animation is going to do for you. So look at it. It's going to give you different kind of view, different kind of entrance to the animation. These are basic. You have the writing, you can have the typewriter effect. As you hover over any of them, you'll be able to see the effect. So once you click, it's going to have that effect throughout this text. Okay, you can animate both. You can animate the enter and exit. So this is entering and exit. You've animated both of them using the same effect. But if you want, you can change the entrance. You can have it to have a different effect. And then on exit, you can have it to have a different effect. On exit, you can select maybe probably this one or this one. Okay, so it slides out and you can change the direction. Right now it's sliding right. You can make it to slide left, or you can make it to go back. So let's say it goes back. Okay, so in this case, the default is the sliding right, because the sliding right is going to be a premium feature. So you can change it however you want it, but then you get the message. You can play around with the entrance and the exit, and you can define at which point whether entrance or exit. So now we've defined the exit, we've defined the entrance, and once you play from the timeline over here, you'll be able to see a preview of what you've selected. So this is the entrance, and then you can see the exit. It exited, and then it moves on with the transitions that we've added. So that is the basic text using a text box. If you want to add from the default existing text, you can see these are default text styles of different types. So you can be able to select by just selecting on any. If you want to put in so many text, you can use these smaller ones. So you can see they have smaller fonts. So for example, running is good for the heart. Okay, so you can see right now with this, you don't have to change a lot as regards the text. If you want, you can just change the color. Maybe let's make this pure white. Okay, and you can see it's now a bit better. And if you want also, you can use the recently used ones, these ones. Okay, these are existing ones that I've used recently, And if you want, you can check the font combination. You can see different kind of styles, different kind of templates that you can easily customize according to what you are trying to create. And it's going to come out and pop up very clearly within your video. So you can see this is a workout. You can select, for example, and just put in this one and on this particular page, and you can just drag to the edge. You can come over here and you have the option to resize it and change the coloration also to suit your brand. Okay, you can change the color. Let's make it white, and you can see it's now popping out clearly. So this is workout, for example, and then you have the option to change from any angle as well. So let's say this one, and we happen to select this one, and then we can put in something. I can and I will, these powerful motivational quotes you can select, and you can just resize however you want it, and you put it at any position. So in each case, you can decide to add effects. You can decide to add effect of any type. You can change it. You can add different kind of effect. You can click through and you can customize. Then I can run, for example, and I will run. Okay, so you can just decide to customize. Okay, I can and I will. So you can just click inside and you can change anything. I can do it, for example, and you can just select. If you like, you can ungroup this. Okay, right now it's grouped, so you can ungroup it, so you have the option to play around with them separately. You can see we can move this separate and we can move this separate, so you can just assign them. I can do it and I will do it. Okay, so you can see we can just select, move this, and then you can select this one as well and move it. Okay, and if you like, after this, you can select, hold down the shift key, and you can regroup them together. So you can just right click and say group. So now they are one entity, so you can move them at the same time. If you like, you can select and you can move them to any point. So that's about text. You can play around with the position as well. You can animate, you can play around with the position. You can move it to the top. You can take it to the bottom or middle of any layer. You can play around with the layers over here, and you can rotate to different axes. Okay, you can rotate to different angle, and you can lock the ratio, aspect ratio, if you're interested. Now this is opacity. You can decide to increase or decrease the opacity, or based on the text you've selected, you may decide to play around with the opacity. Right now it's 100. You can see it is decreasing and increasing. And over here, you can copy a particular style and paste it somewhere on another text. You can copy this style and paste it somewhere, and you can lock the editings so you don't have to edit anything later on. So that's about text. You can add any of your choice and you can customize, go ahead and customize them. There are so many of them within Canva. So I think this basically does it on this tutorial on how to add text into your timeline and then have it within the canvas. In some cases, if you want to add a text, for example, right now this text covers the entire thing, the entire page. If you want to have the text appear in just a section of the page, just like we have done in the other case, you have to create a slice. Okay, you have to split the clip into two, and then you can say maybe you want to have it on this one and you don't want to have it on this, then you can just go ahead and delete on this section. So it's going to be like the way you add a b-roll, like we've explained in the previous class, how you added a b-roll. So on this case, since you have created a split, you may want to add a transition over here. So it just becomes a normal transition. So here you will have a text. Okay, you have a text on this one, and then so the text is going to flow through, and then once it gets to the other one, so let's see, you have this text, and then it just goes here because the text is timely, and then it just go out. Okay, you can make it even a lower third. If you are trying to create a tutorial video, you can have a lower third defining your name as the instructor, so on. To add a text or to add animation into a particular text, let's start with the text. You can just select the page that you want to add a text, and you can see it over here. For example, you select this text and you want to add an animation, you can just come to animate over here, and you have a range of different features. Okay, these are default ones from the basic, like we've explained in the last class. Okay, so you can select this, for example, this one, and we can add anything. Let's say it comes in like this. So you define this is entrance, animate, and then you'll be able to see which one you have selected. So you can just define any kind of animation based on your choice. Let's say we'll go with this wipe, and you can define this is both on enter and on exit. We can define it to be this wipe. So let's see a preview. So you can be able to see which kind of animation you've added to this particular text. Once you've selected it, you can be able to see that this is a wipe. So let's preview it from the beginning. Okay, so you can see this is it. All right. So let's take a look at another feature. This is adding it to a text. You can equally add it to an image. Okay, so let's say we want to add it to an image. For example, you can come to the upload over here and let's select a particular image. For example, this boy. Let's drag and drop the boy into the canvas so we can resize it. All right, resize and put it somewhere. I think somewhere here is good. So we can just come to animate over here, and you have different kind of animations that you can add to the text. Let's crop it by the sides over here. Let's crop it by the side, and let's say we have it somewhere here. All right, so let's see how we can add animations to this particular boy. So let's see how we can add. So while selecting it, we can come to animate over here, and you can put in the default over here. You can put in pan, and you can fade in, or you can wipe, or breathe, or thereabout. So you can just, this is basic, and you can check out this one. I kind of like this tumble. Sometimes you can put it to tumble, and you can see when we start previewing this, we can define how much length do we want it to cover. For example, when it comes in, this covers the whole of this page. Yeah, you can see the entrance. Yeah, this is pretty perfect. You can see the entrance without tumble. Okay, so we can try to see how, and you can see it just slides out. If we don't want it to cover the entire page, again, like we've explained, we can create a split somewhere, maybe somewhere here, and create a split, and then we can select here and maybe come over here and delete this section because we don't want it to appear on this section. We want it to be only on this section. So you can add it to images, and you can add it even to graphics. Okay, so for example, you can come to elements over here, and let's try to search something like aeroplane. Maybe let's color it to anything. Let's say we select on something like this, and then we can color it. So we bring it down here, and then we can color it to white. I think white is good for this. So this is just for demonstrative purpose. And then we can select it and come over and say animate, and we can come to create animation over here. So we can take a look at these tips. Hold the shift while dragging to create a straight line. Control the speed of your animation by moving the element faster or slower on your own, and then stop dragging the element to complete the animation. So we're going to do it on this page. So all we need is just to drag and then start moving. You can see you can move it across to any point of your choice. Probably from here we can move it back here. Okay, so when you release it, you are going to see the path it's going to take. Okay, so even the speed, you can see it is faster, and you can control the speed manually also from here. Alternatively, you can increase the speed so it moves kind of pretty fast. So now it's faster, and then you can reduce it also, and you can orient the element to path. You can orient it so it just starts moving across the path just like that. It's a bit faster, but I don't want to enable this. And sometimes if you want, you can include rotation. As it is moving, it's going to rotate from this angle. It's going to keep rotating as it's moving through the path. So you can click on this, add in the rotation, and then you can add flicker if you're interested. So this is with the rotation, and you can see overall it is rotating. You can add the flicker. As you hover over, you'll be able to see after every jump it's fading out, and then you can put in the pause if you want, or you can put in the wiggle, which is going to give you the wiggle effect. Okay, if you select the wiggle effect, you can see it is giving you the wiggle effect. So depending, you can add many of the features. You can increase the smoothness of this. You can use original, smooth, or steady. If you so wish, you can use this so it stabilizes the flow. So overall, this is just the adding of the magic animations. Once you're done, you can click on done over here, and you've added that animation to this. When you try to preview this from this video, let's try to see how we can preview. You can see the animation, it is moving across. Okay, so you can add it across depending on what you are trying to create. So we've done how to add it on text, we've shown how to add it on graphics or elements, we've shown also how to add it on an image. So let's learn how to add it on a video. Okay, so let's try to add it on these guys. For example, we can just select it, go back to the page where we have it. This is the page, and then we can come over here, select it, come to animate over here, and then let's use the magic animation, and we can drag it and move it across just like so. You can see another example. So once you release, you're going to see he's going to keep jumping across this field. Okay, so this is how to add the animation, and you can control also the other features from here. You can flip the photo if you are interested. You can see you can flip vertical and horizontal depending on your choice. Okay, so let's try to see how we can add it on a video, that is a B-roll for example. So let's select this, come back to our uploads, and let's select a simple video. All right, so let's select a simple video. For example, let's select this one and just drag and drop it. So let's select it, and let's silence the audio from here. So let's put it at 0, and let's say we kind of resize this, and we want this to play as a video within a video, something like a picture in picture. So we can select this, and we can all the way come over and click on animate. All right, so let's say animate, and we can see the coming in. We can use the wipe, or we can use the tectonic, so the video comes in directly. Okay, so, or you can use the breathe in if you are interested, or you can use this photo slide or photo zoom, or this one. All right, so you can just try as much as you can, and you can vary the intensity, the speed and direction if you're interested, even though these are paid features, but you get the message. When we try to preview this, you can see from here, for example, let's see the effect that it's going to have. You can see it just drifts in, and I think it's a cool thing. So you can see basically this is on a video, and you can even put the magic animate also on the same video. So you can select this video, for example, come back to the pan that we've added, so you can use it on the magic animation, and you can easily drag the video and also move it across the path that you have defined, and it's going to move up just like that. So you can see as the video is playing, this one keeps moving to the top. Okay, so you can have one last preview. All right, so let's preview it one more time, so you can see the movement on the video through the animation. So whenever you come to the elements over here, so the element is what houses most of the features that you need to add, to drag and drop in Canva video editor. So you find anything from images to shapes to graphics to image generator. Nowadays AI is being included in the elements, so you can be able to use it. You can add stickers, photos, videos. You can search for anything and just easily drag and drop. I can say the elements is the engine room of Canva, where everything is being housed. From audio, you can find charts of different types, tables, even frames and grids and so on. And even you have a lot of collections of stickers and so many things. You can find a lot of things here. And if you have anything in mind, you can easily search. So you have different things, circles, logos. You can just, you name anything, square of any size, shapes. You can easily drag and drop a shape. And you can see with just one click, you just added it here, and you can make this a shape, or you can drag and drop it, and you can change the layer and put it behind the text. For example, you can just select and change the coloration to maybe white color, and then you put it behind this text. And now you can select and resize it, so you can have the text to pop up a little bit clear. So it just serves as a background, and you can add different things. Like I said, from graphics, you can just search for anything. Maybe you can search for butterfly, and you'll be able to see it. So you can drag on any and just drop here. So depending on what you're trying to create, you can search for anything. All right, anything. Let's say we are putting it on this particular page, this one. And you can search for virtually anything. You can see different types of butterfly. You can search for anything. If you want even videos, you can search for videos of a cat. For example, you can see right now, you can see cats as a graphic. You can see them as images or as graphics. If you want to see graphics, this is cat face, this is cat outline. If you want to see outline of cat, you can see them of different types, and you can easily change the coloration and drag and drop cat ears and so on. You can see them of different types. So depending on what you are trying to create, you can see kittens. If you want to see only kittens, you'll be able to see them over here. So you can close and you can maximize the search. So every time you can see the recently used, and you can just go ahead and search for anything. So let's say we want to add a video. So let's say we want to search for something like a frame. Okay, so let's search for a frame. And frames, you can put in different kind of frames of different types. You can see them. Okay, so you can attach a frame to your video. You can just select and just drag and drop, and you can manage the sizing. You can extend the sizing across, right? You can attach this, or you can frame your video. You can put a frame to it of different types, and you can select and vary the features. Okay, you can select the frame and you can vary the other features. You can put in different kind of features, the drift in, you can change the animations and the positions, and even the opacity. You can change all of this from here. Okay, so you can go ahead and search for any. Let's go back and search for something simple that we can easily use. Back to graphics, and we can search for frames, something like this. We can select this. Maybe let's say we want to insert a frame like this, and we want to insert a video inside the circle, inside this type of frame. You can just go back and just come to your uploads. For example, you can come to the videos and you can just drag and drop any video, and you can insert it inside this frame, and it's going to function within the frame just like so. You can have it within a particular frame, and you can use the frame of any size. So you can always come back to elements and you can search for any, and you have different kind of collections of different graphics. Okay, so it all boils down to you. So it all boils down to you what you want to drag and drop. So you can always come back, and let's undo this because I don't want that it covers everything. So you can select another frame or another page, and you can insert something on your own. So let's say we want to add in graphics. You can select and you can search for any kind of graphic, any graphics. For example, you could search for anything. Let's say something like a circle, or let's say a logo. You can search for a logo, and depending on your choice, you can easily use this feature to have your logo designed. You can always drag and drop, and you can customize it, and this can stay within your video footage. You can change the coloration and so on. You can vary the coloration and other features depending on what you are trying to create. So Elements again is the engine room of all of the features that you may need to add from photos. So once you search for something, for example, you search for oranges, so you have the option to make the selection from here. Right now you can see the different categories of orange, from graphics to photos to videos of oranges. You can see them of different types, and you can see audios and frames with the orange color. Okay, so you can select, let's say from graphics, you can say see all if you want, or you can on your own hover over here and be able to see the different types. Okay, orange juice, orange background, orange circle, and so on. So once you select anything that you want, all you need is just to click on it and it's going to be added into your video. Okay, so you can just select it and resize it if you want and position it anywhere. Okay, so it's the engine room. It contains a lot of things. All you need is just to specify what you want. If you want a video containing oranges, you can just select oranges, but then it's going to give you a video containing oranges. Okay, so let's say we select this one. Maybe we'll create a new page over here, and you can just select on this one, and you can see you have it already selected or inserted into your video. And that's kind of perfect and fantastic. So you can resize it on your own if you are interested. You can just easily select by the edges and then resize it accordingly. All right, you can resize it, and now this becomes part of your video. If you want to add anything, so you can zoom out, you'll be able to see it complete from here. Now you are zooming the canvas. You can select here to change the zooming to the timeline. So you can see we are now zooming the timeline, so we're able to see everything contained. Okay, so let's say I don't want this to be up to this point. I want at this point to stop here. So you can select here and use the letter S to create this split, and I want to delete this section, so I have only this part. Okay, so depending on what you are actually planning to create, it's very easy to just drag and drop things, and you can have them like picture in picture within a particular picture. So you can always come back and you can always close on this. Let's say you can always come. So in the search, you can also use these settings to change the searches and maybe optimize the search based on color, orientation, animations, and cutouts, and what kind of search do you want to carry out. Sometimes you may want to search for only the free elements that are contained or only the free features. So you can make your selection here and it's going to provide only the free features. Okay, only the free related features are going to be there. So you can just easily select. All of what is going to come out are the free version. And if you want to have the pro versions, you can just come over, select and make it only the pro. And you can see it just provides you with only the pro features, which if you are a subscribed member, you'll be able to have access to them. So that is it. You can insert anything. For example, let's try to see how we can create something like an intro with this. So let's say we create this page, and this page I want it to start at the beginning because it's an intro, so we'll move it to the beginning. And then I want to insert a background, so I can just select this, come over here and just search for background. Okay, and I want this background to be a video, so I don't want it to be a picture, I want it to be a video, but then I have to specify that I want the free versions only. All right, so free version, and I want it to be a video. Okay, right now it's set to all. So these are free videos. As you hover over them, you'll be able to see their impact. Okay, what did they do? You'll be able to see. So I kind of like this one, so I can just click on it and I have it as my background. For example, I can just drag, and I can drag also to this side, and I can add my text directly. So to add a text, again, we can come over here just to make meaning out of this. I just want to add something like a simple text that can depict what we are going to do. Okay, so let's say something like this is okay. Is this good? Okay, I don't like this. So let's click out. Let's select something like white in color. So there's white in color. So I think this happy birthday is okay. So you can select again and just customize the things as you hover over, as you so wish. Okay, so let's say we customize this to welcome to my channel, Okay, so I can extend this to make it look a bit better. I can click out and say thank you, thanks for. Okay, so we can select this and then we can resize it however we want it, and we can define the extent from here. We can use a trimmer, we can trim to the edge, so we can have it just like that. So if you like, you can just start playing to have a preview from here. Let's say we start playing from here and you can see welcome to my channel, thanks for checking out. So it can move in as far as you want. So but you can see the whole idea is we have a moving background and elements that we choose from here, and then you can see now our video continues to pop up and so on. So the whole idea is we can add anything. You can go back to elements and add any kind of thing. So for example, since this is a channel, you can search for YouTube and you'll be able to see different graphics and so on. So you see different types of graphics related to YouTube. So you can probably come over here and say you are looking for video, or you are looking for the subscribe feature. Like now we have the subscribe things related to YouTube, and maybe you can, let's say we are going to use this logo, so you can just select it and then we can resize. Okay, we can just resize it and make it something simple and put it just by the side across the intro. Okay, so it just plays directly as you are playing. So you get the message. The whole idea is for you to be able to search for anything from here and drag and drop the feature across. Okay, and then you can customize things as you so wish, and that goes across anything. Okay, it's all boils down to you, what you're trying to create. You just drag and drop any feature. You can just drag this and drop this, and then you can customize this and change the coloration also across, and it's going to feature also across that particular page that you've selected. Now to add an audio, we have two methods. We can add an audio as a file. We can just easily upload it directly and specify it at the beginning of the tutorial. We can import from these platforms. We can import from the system, from Facebook, or from Google Drive. If you have connected the Canva account with it, you can upload from Google, from Dropbox, or from Google Photos. Okay, but in our case, let's say we have uploaded some audios directly. You can see the classification. We can check the images, videos, and right now these are some basic audios that we've uploaded at the beginning of this tutorial. Now let's start by adding some background music to this silent sample video that I've just created. So let's add a little bit of a background music to give it a bit of a change. Okay, so to add a background music, we've uploaded some, so I can just select, drag and drop it beneath the main timeline. Okay, so you can see you can release it directly, and right now it has covered just this area. You can select it and drag it to extend the length to make sure it covers everywhere. Okay, and you can, while selecting it, come to the top here. You have a range of other features, like you can check the adjust and be able to see the length. Okay, you can specify exactly which point within the music you want it to cover. You can just extend, and if you want it to start directly from the beginning, you can set it to start from the beginning. And once you click out, it's going to select that as your own music that you have selected in the background. So let's try to play to have a preview of how it's going to look like. So we're playing. So this is a good one at the background. So still, while selecting the audio, you will be able to have the option to change the audio effects from here. Like for example, sometimes it's good to add the fade in and fade out in audios. It's very easy, and it makes your work appear quite professional. So let's say on selecting the audio effects, you can have the fade in, and you can define how much time you want to fade in. For example, you can see we can extend it as far as 4.2 seconds or 5 seconds thereabout. So you can check over here and you'll be able to see the extension in the fade in. Okay, so what this means is the audio is going to start from 0 and then it will pick up to 100. Okay, and then silently gradually increase up to 100 in this format, in this profile. And you can just extend, and you can add the same fade out at the end, so it doesn't just die out abruptly just like that. It just fades out from 100 down to 0. So let's add a fade out a little bit, and you can be able to see down here the curve, it just fades out directly. So let's have a preview of what I'm talking about. It's going to play from 0, then it start increasing from 0 up to 100. So you can see, and it's going to die out also directly from here, from 100 down to 0. So you can see it just dies out. So that's the importance of having a fade in and fade out. You can use the adjust. I've just shown you how to use the adjust, and then beat sync, which you don't use most times when you have more than one track or more than one audio, you can sync as well. And sometimes you have to play around with the sound. Right now the volume is a bit high. If you want to, you can mute it directly or zoom down the volume to 0, or you can just reduce it a little bit. While you're reducing, you can see it in the timeline. It is also increasing or decreasing within the clip, the profile. Just take a look at the profile. It increases and decreases. So you can see, we can just try to click and then have a preview. I think the sound is a bit high, even though I have it at high level here. So let's see, averagely, I think this is cool. So we can leave it like that. If you want to temper with the audio, you can easily temper with it. Like I said, if you want to silent it, you can silent it. You can mute it by just clicking on mute over here. Now again, one thing you need to pay attention to is in audio, you can as well carry out some basic editings, just like the way you have in video. Okay, so you can split the audio by just right clicking, and you can go ahead and split audio directly. You can see it has splitted the audio, or you can use the letter S somewhere, select the place, and you can use the letter S, and you can see it just create this split. This is audio clip 1 and this audio clip 2. Now alternatively, let me undo this. You can come to the edge of each audio clip until your cursor turns into this horizontal sign, and you can drag and trim that section of the audio. You can drag also from the right. You can do that from left and from right if you're interested, and you can just trim to have it specified, and you can drag and put it at any section of the video that you are most interested in. So that is about adding a basic audio background music. So in the elements, you can search for different kind of music or different kind of audio if you are interested. So you can go ahead to elements and just search for audio, for example, or music, and you'll be able to see them over here. So you can specify what you are trying to look for. Over here, you can select audio, and you'll be able to see different kind of audios that you have. And you have some that are paid and some that are free. So if you want to have a preview, you can just come over it and just click. So you can have a preview, and if you like it, you can easily drag and drop it into the timeline. You can have more than one layer of a track. So for example, this one, we have it at track 2, and you can see we have it in more than one track. Okay, so you can easily select and play around with the properties. In each case, you can right click and you can add those features. You can use the adjust feature, you can use the volume feature, you can use the split feature, or audio effects, like we've talked about, the adding of the fade in and out. You could delete a track, you can duplicate it or copy and paste it somewhere if you're interested. So another thing that you can do is adding sound effects. Sometimes you may need sound effects to work around with. In some cases, I use the YouTube library to download some of those. And sometimes there's a website called pixabay.com. You can just search for it and you just specify what you are looking for. In most cases, if you search for music, you'll be able to find different types of music over here. You can search for background music and be able to see them accordingly. So all you need is just to play to have a preview. And if you like it, you can just go ahead and download it. And if you want a sound effect also, you can come over and say sound effect. What you are looking for is sound effects. So you can see sound effects and you'll be able to see background sound effects. Or if you have any issue or maybe typewriter effect or anything, you can easily search for it and you'll find it and just bring it in. This is typewriter. Okay, typewriter effect, and you'll be able to see them of different types. So once you hit on this, you can hear the preview. So if you like it, you can just easily download it, and over when you come back to Canva, you can just easily drag and drop it and you can position it however you want it at any position, regardless of whether it is within a particular layer or below or above a particular layer. So the recording could come in different forms. You could record your screen only, or you could record your camera only, or screen and camera at the same time. Okay, so something like we do have in tutorial videos, sometimes you have a screen being captured and the camera being captured as a talking head. So you have a video within a screen recording. Okay, like I do have a lot of such in my tutorials, and I'm sure you've noticed quite a number of them in some of the YouTube videos that you've watched. So today I'm going to show you how to do that within Canva. Now, to start recording with Canva video editor, all you need is to come to the upload over here, because it's one of the means in which you can import media also into the timeline or into the media bin. So once you're on the upload feature over here, you can see record yourself directly over here. So you can click on it to start recording. And once you click, hello and welcome to my house, you can start selecting what you want to record with. For example, you can come over to the top here and click on this. You'll be able to see if you want to record your camera only, you can specify that I want to record my camera only. And then you can specify which of the cameras you want to use to record. Right now we have this much cameras. Okay, I have FaceTime HD, which is my system camera. And then we have the C922 stream webcam, which is my webcam that I have connected to this device. So let's say I've selected it, and over here you can select what kind of microphone you want to use to record. In my own case, I have this much number of microphones attached, and I want to use the Rode NT USB, which is the one I'm using currently to record this tutorial. So I've selected my video and I've selected the audio device that I want to use. Now over here, you can select whether you want to record your camera and the screen. With this selection, it's just going to allow you to choose which of the screen do you want to capture. Do you want to capture a particular tab within your system, or you want to capture a whole windows? Okay, you can select which window you want to capture, or you want to capture the entire screen. In most cases, I do capture the entire screen so that I don't miss out on anything. Or in some cases, when you change the tab, you try to open something for demonstrative purpose, the screen may not be able to record that because you've not specified that at the beginning. So let's say I'm going to record my entire screen and I select this screen. If you have more than one screens connected, of course you have to change, you have to select which of the screens you want to record. So let's say I select this and I can just go ahead and say share. And right now you can see that it has captured my camera and it's going to capture my screen as well. Okay. So once you selected the camera and the video, and the camera and the screen that you want to record, you can come down here. You can see you can just click to start recording. Okay, so once you click on this red button, it starts recording. All right, so you have the countdown timer. Hello and welcome to my channel. This is just a demonstration of how to use the Canva video editor to record your screen and your camera. So I want to now navigate to show you how you can use the Pixabay. So I'm now recording my screen, showcasing how you can use Pixabay to search for different kind of audio or different kind of elements. You can search for images, or you can search for photos, illustrations, vectors, in just the recent class, we just learned how to search for music, and we specifically search for background music, and we have a number of them that you can easily select. Okay, so once you're done recording, you can always come back to the Canva platform and you can pause the recording over here, or you can say done. Once you say done, it's going to stop recording, or you can delete what you have recorded directly from here. So let's say I'm going to say done for this tutorial, and it's going to stop. Okay, so you can play to have a preview of what you have recorded. Right, so you have the countdown timer.
Hello and welcome to my channel. This is just a demonstration of how to use the Canva video editor to record your screen and your camera. So I want to know that.
I think this is good. So if you like what you see, you can always come all the way to the top here and save and exit. Or if you don't like, you can always delete and then you can re-record it if you want to re-record. So let's say I like what I see. I can just come over here, select, and then it's going to save this and exit the recorder. So you can see
Canva timer. Hello and welcome.
So you can see it's been added already as a clip into your video. So you can just go ahead and select and maybe specify what kind of page you want to add it. Okay, so let's kind of zoom out so you can be able to see the details of it. So you can see it covers the whole of this page, but I don't want it to cover just this page, so I want to select it and cut it. I want to occupy a page on its own, so I can just take it to a fresh page. I can just come over here, create a fresh page and just paste it over here. So right now you can come to the top here and just resize it so it fills up the entire canvas. Thank God when we started, we selected the canvas that is equivalent to 16 by 9 or 1920 by 1080, which is the frame size for YouTube and most other platforms. So let's say I have it here. You can see the recording. It's been uploaded. This is the camera. This is the screen recording. So you can put both of them together. So you can select the video and do some very basic editings. For example, you can just move in and say maybe this section that started earlier on. Okay, so I didn't select the video. So let's say we come back and select the video section. You can just cut it also and then take it to the same place. We could just paste it. All right, so we can just paste it here and we have it as something like a picture in picture. So you can just select this one and resize it. All right, resize it. And then you can select this and put it anywhere, this other part of the video. You can put it top. I'm sure you've seen this in many tutorials. You can select and put it here, and then you can play to have a preview of what we are talking about.
Your camera. So I want to now navigate through how you can use the pizza page.
Okay, so I think you got the idea, you get the message that this is just how to edit, record your screen and the video and then import it over here. In some cases, you may want to record only the video section. So when you come back to the record, you can select to record only screen. If you want to record only screen, you can just select and define which of the screen that you want to record directly. So it becomes very easy for you to select. Okay, again, you can select between the windows. All you need is just to select and go ahead and share, and it's going to record only that screen that you have selected or only that window that you have defined as your selection. All right, so let's take a look at, and once you record, you can still follow the same process. So let's exit this, and just in a nutshell, this is just how to record your screen and camera, or record your camera only or screen only using the Canva video editor. Alright, so in the last class, we talked about how to record your screen or camera or screen and camera at the same time. And in this class, we are going to look at how to add drawings into your video editing within the Canva video editor. So to add color to your footage, all you need is just to start by selecting the footage. Let's say, for example, we're going to edit this footage. Let's take a look at the before, and we're going to make a copy of this. So we can just select, highlight, and say duplicate this page. We're going to have a copy of it. So at any given point, you can be able to take a look at the before as well as the after. So this is the before, and we're going to look at the after. So we're going to add in the effects on this one. Okay, so you can select it. Make sure you select the clip. And then you can come all the way here. You can select it from the canvas and you can come to edit videos. From the effects, you can come to adjust over here. So you have a range of things to adjust. You can play so that we can have a clarity of what we are going to edit. So let's pause it. We have a range of features to adjust from here. For example, from the white balance, you can change the warmness and so on. You can play around with the tint and the warmness, and then you can check out the light. You can increase the brightness, the contrast, the highlights, the shadows, and fading. And then you can come down to the colors, saturation, and vibrance. You can change all this and the X process, and then you can add some vignette if you're interested. So let's try to play around with some of the features. Usually in terms of warmness, I don't touch much, but you can bring down a little and put in some coldness nature. From here you can see we brought the warmness down a little bit, and then we can try to add in some brightness. All right, so it just pops out very little so you can see it a bit clearly. And then we can add some contrast also to just pop out the images a little bit. Okay, don't make it too much because it's going to appear too much. You can see now the contrast is too much, but then the videos is quite glary. Okay, and don't make it too little because it is going to take it down. So just make it a little bit of an addition so everything pops out clearly. And then we can come to the highlights. You can add in a little bit of highlights so that it just pops out better. So you can see now we can see them very clearly. And as regards shadow, we'll just bring it down a little bit so the video is now coming out. I don't touch anything on fading, but if you want to add some fades, you can go ahead and add it, but I keep it at 0 so I can see my video very clearly. Now in terms of color, I always play with the saturation. I add a little bit of a saturation so that these colors, the green area, can still have some colors to it. We can add some colors to it, and even their clothes and so on, it's going to have a little bit of a color. We can increase the vibrance a little bit so the colors can pop out very, very clearly. You can see them. Don't make it too much. If you make it too much, it's going to come out too glaring. And just make it a little bit. Okay, so a little bit of this, and then we can come down and add some vignette. If you are interested in vignette, sometimes I don't add vignette, but you can see we can add some vignette to make it appear much more professional. So you can play this and see a preview of what you have created. This is the before, and then let's take a look at the after. And this is the after. I think the difference is quite clear. So basically, this is just how to play around with the coloration and adding color to your video footage within the Canva video editor. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. In the next class, we're going to look at how to add in some templates, okay? Some video templates, maybe for intros or even YouTube videos, YouTube outros, depending. You can just search for any template of your choice and you can add it. Like I said at the beginning, there are a number of thousands of templates, video templates that you can just drag and drop and you can customize them to your liking. So we'll just learn how to add some few of them to enhance our video creation, maybe some intros and outros as well. So to add a template, you can always come down to the design option over here and you have a range of templates, okay? Different types of templates depending on your choice, okay? You have available templates. You can see them of different types. Again, you can search from here directly, or you can use the generate video instantly feature that has been enabled within the Canva platform. This is the new one generated by AI. It can help you to generate a simple video. Okay, so you can see if you want to have a simple basic intro, you can always use this. All you need is just to specify where you want to add the template. So for example, I want to put it somewhere here. I can just select on this video and I want to put it in between this and this. So I can hit on this plus sign to add a page here. And if I like, I can just drag and make it at the beginning. And I can just easily select on this and it's going to add it as a sample video. All right. So you can see, you can preview, and this is welcome to my channel, Brussels Gaming. Okay. So if you like, you can customize this by just selecting, and then you can come over and just double click and you can start to change a lot of things. So welcome, or you can type the name of your channel. So you can say pick mentorship, for example. You can select from the edges and just resize. And if you like, you can change the sizing also from here so it fits in within this particular box. You can change everything, and you can change the font style and make it something like this Oswald. All right, Epic Mentorship, and you can change the channel, welcome to my channel. So instead of Epic Mentorship, welcome to my channel. So we can extend as well from the edges. You can see welcome to my channel. So you can see tech gadgets. example. And over here, you can customize it and put in anything. For example, in my own case, I can just go ahead and put at Epic Mentorship. Okay, so something like that, or Epic Mentorship XX, or something like that. You can just put in anything and customize to anything. You get the message. You can just customize to anything. So when you play, you can still have the background. Okay, so you can see now it's been customized to what I want. And you have also the option, the ability to change a lot of the features like the coloration, the playback. You can edit the video directly. You can shorten and can cut, create a cut, and so on. These are videos that you can easily use. So this is how to add intros, for example, from the templates. You can select also, you can add an outro. So for example, you can come back here and say, I want a thank you video. All right. So you can see I want a thank you video and I want the free ones. Okay. You can select and say only the free ones, and you click out. And now we have only the free ones. So as you hover over any of them, you'll be able to see the impact is going to create for you. All right. So let's say we want something like this. So let's say I kind of like something like this. So we can just easily select it, and then we can manually drag and drop it into the canvas. And you can see right now, when we want to play it to have a preview, you can see this is thank you for your patience. Yeah, you can see thank you for your patience. Okay, so let's say we add a page and then we can search for anything. Let's say we search for this thank you, and then maybe we can select something simple. So let's say we can select something like this or something like this. I think this is good. You can select this and you can add it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and comment to my channel. So you can just select. You can change this color from yellow to something like, so you can select any color of your choice. Let's say we change the color to something like this, even though it's not so clear, but you get the message. That's it. So something like this. I think this is averagely okay. So you can select and then you can change this if you want to change the coloration of this background also. Make it something like blue. Like a blue color can do. Or we can use this gradient color and then change the text to maybe probably white. Okay, so let's say white color. Okay, so you can see like, comment, and subscribe. So you can just go ahead and play this to have a preview into what you've just created. So let's play. Okay, so thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Something like this. Okay, so and again, in both cases, you can select in between and you can add the basic transitions as it moves in. Okay, so you'll be able to see what happens. So from this video, for example,
stop recording where you can delete once you have recorded.
So you can see how it just quickly transits. Okay, so you can add any templates. You can come all the way back. You can add any template depending on your choice. There are different types. You can search for any kind of templates, and regardless of the nature and the type of template, you can have birthday or welcome video templates. You can see these are different birthday templates that you can easily customize to your liking. You're just adding some features and it becomes yours. All you need is just to add a page, and you can select. Depending on what you're creating, you can just select, add in your video, or just customize it accordingly, and you can just add. This becomes part of your video. So you can see, you can play to have a preview. This is it. I think this is a paid version. So because you can see the Canva sign, it means it's a paid version. The particular video behind is a paid version. So you can delete that and you can customize and bring in another video as well if you're interested. Okay. So something like this also is good. You can preview. And I think this video in the background is free. Okay, so you can see it's not. So if it's not, you can just select and delete the video. Because this is a frame, you can always come back to the elements and you can search for happy kid. Yeah, so you can just search for something like a happy kid, and you can see you're looking for videos, and it's just going to give you something. Let's say we take something free. Okay, we select something like free things, and then we can easily drag and drop them. For example, I like these faces, so you can just drag and drop them, and very easily you have your video created. So you can see very easily that your powerful words and actions impact those around you. So you can see it perfectly fits in the message that we're trying to send. Okay, so I think this does it on this tutorial on how to add in different templates of your choice. Any template that you want to add, you can always come to the design and you find quite a lot of features arranged over here. All right, so it all boils down to you. You can just search for the video and then you'll be able to search to find exactly what you are looking for. So like we said, Canva is a cloud-based software that you can easily work on the cloud, and you can work with it on the desktop as well. But for this tutorial, we work with both of them, both in cloud and on desktop. So I'm going to show you how to collaborate and edit the same video using different kind of editors. You can have people remotely working with you, and they can add features and delete features within the video editor. You can collaborate with them, work on the same project, and then each of you adding different kind of features. So to collaborate with others, make sure you are on the video and you are the admin, and then you can just come all the way to the top right over here, click on share, and you have the option to add groups of people or your team members. You can add them by email address, or you can add people manually by just clicking on add people. You can add their names if you already add, or you can add their email address. Okay, you can just go ahead and say, let's say we want to add this email, epicmentorship.ai@gmail.com, right? So let's say we have this, you can select add it, and then we can send in a message. Okay, please join. Okay, so you can send a message and add it to him, and you can give the control from here. You can be a commenter, someone who can view the video and give comments or give contributions, but he is not able to edit the video directly. Or you can be a viewer, someone who can just click the link and you'll be able to observe what is going on between the videos. Okay, so you can only view, but you cannot edit and he cannot comment. All right. So, but in this case, I'm giving the full control to someone who can edit. And once I send this message, the person that is going to receive this message is going to see this in his email that you've been invited to join in and join this video editing. Okay, so let's click out and let's try to see and access the message. All right, so you can see now this is the request that you're going to request, sample video editing. Epicmentorship would like you to take a look at the design titled sample video editing, and then please join. This is the message I just sent. And then we can say open in Canva. You can just click and it's going to open this in Canva, so we can be able to see what's going on. So you can go ahead and log in with your email. All right, so let's select that particular email, this one. Okay, so you can see it quickly brings us to this video editing platform. Okay, so which means you can as well go ahead and start editing from this aspect. Okay, from this angle you can go ahead and edit, and then we can check from the other angle, which is the main page. Okay, so let's say we skip the tour and we can go back all the way, and then let's say we add something, and then we'll be able to see how collaborating can make things very, very efficient and nice. So let's say this one, we select this and we change it from Epic Mentorship. We can select it to Epic Digital Academy, for example. So you see it has made an editing from this. So let's check out the other platform. Okay, so we'll come back to Canva and we can just still click out, and let's check at the beginning where this changes was made. So you can see over here, so directly you can see it's been changed from Epic Mentorship now down to Epic Digital Academy. Now you'll be able to see who you are collaborating with from here. You can see it's me, and in.ai also is equally editing. And when it's editing, you'll be able to see. All right. So this is collaboratively how to work with others, how to collaborate with others, share the link so they can join and add in different things. So they can also have access to all the templates, to text, to elements, and to even upload media and even join again, add them over here. So you'll be able to see over here, this is the two accounts that you are working with. Whoever is editing, you'll be able to know, and whoever is adding or making contributions, you can be able to know exactly. So I think this does it on how to collaborate and share the editing control or the collaboration control within the Canva video editor. So to start with, let's go back to the home page. All right, and once we're back to the home page, we can start by clicking a video, and we're going to start creating our video from scratch from here. Okay, so we're back to the video editing platform. We can say no thanks, I want to continue online, and now I can start by creating the project. So we can just create the project and just give it sample 2, and you can just hit out. And if you like, you can define the location where you want it. You can come to file and save to a particular folder. For example, we want it to go to this sample project. I can just go ahead and save it over there, and now we have it. You can go to the folder and check if you want to check. Okay, so the next thing is to import the media. I can come over here. I can just easily go ahead and upload the media directly in this very platform. So let's say I have this much number of media, and I have just uploaded some of them inside my timeline. So I can just go ahead and start dragging and dropping. So let's say we have these videos. I can just go ahead and drag and drop them into the pages just like that, and you'll be able to see a preview of what we have added. Okay, so you can add as many as you want, but for this tutorial I want to add like 2 of those. So let's drag and drop this one, and then probably let's add one more. All right, something that can depict coloration or thereabout. So let's add something like this. Okay, so let's add something like this. And so we've added all our media that we needed for this tutorial, so we can just go ahead and edit them. So for example, I want to create a cut here because I don't want this to be this long. So I can split it, and I can drag and select and drop. You can select this one, and maybe I can trim from the edge. I just want it to show the running at the beginning. Okay, and with just this length. So the basic editing that I want to do basically is this is it. And maybe I may want to separate this entrance. This is the entrance. All right, so I can separate something. Maybe I think this is good. Okay, so maybe I can add an intro to this. So let's go back to elements or the designs, and we can just search for intro and hit on enter, and then we can search from the available intros that we have. We selected that we wanted a free intro, so let's have something simple. I think this is okay, but then let's select something that's a bit simple. Let's see, with this one we can drag and drop this on this page, and then we can select it and bring it to the beginning if you want. Let's add a text. Okay, so let's select and add in a text that can depict something like welcome over here. So we can select this, and you can see right now we can just double click and say welcome. All right, so we can extend this, and then we can move this. If you like, you can ungroup them. If you are interested, you can ungroup. So it becomes very easy now to move them across. So let's put something like, you can select this and put to my channel, something like that. All right, and you can come all the way to the edges here and just extend. You can see, so now we have this. I think this is done. If you like, you can select and move it up and have this beneath, just like that. And again, you have the option to play around with most of the features, like the coloration. You can check and just change the color to this one. You check and just check the color also to something like white. Select and change the color to something like, I think red should do us a good job, or maybe probably white is better. Yeah, so welcome to my channel. This is okay. But then again, you have the option to play around with all of these features as you so wish. And that is text. We have added it to this. And if you like, you can play to have a preview of what you have just created. So you can see, if you want to, you can add animation to the text as well. So let's say we put an animation to them. So let's say this one comes in, welcome to my channel. Okay, so let's make it this typewriter effect. So we can play and let's have welcome to my channel. I think that's quite good. So we can add in transition into this, so we can click over here in between and we can add a transition. Again, we can select in between the available ones. I think I kind of like this one, color wipe, so we can have colored wipe. So once you're playing this at this point, it becomes very easy to just welcome to my channel, and then it becomes very easy to just depict. Now I want to add some text also depicting the stages over here. So let's say at this point I want to add entering the sea. So we can come also again from the text, we can select and just select this one, and we can just easily customize and say enjoying the sea view. Okay, so you can hit out, select, and you can change the coloration. I think a white color should do also a good job here. You can select from the edges here and resize them. Okay, and then you can put it here. And if you like, you can add animations effect also to it. You can add effects, you can give some shadow and play around with the intensity and increase it a little bit, and then you can animate it to something like this. I think something like this is good. So let's say enjoying the sea view, and then over here we can create a cut. Let's say we want this to stay up to this point. Okay, let's split and then have another one. So over here we don't want to have this text. We can select and delete it. And then we can have it here, let's say underwater adventure. So you can just easily, you can select the same text, select it, copy, and then come over here and just paste it, and then we can bring it somewhere here and just say underwater adventure, something like that. Underwater adventure. All right. So you can just go ahead and preview. Let's say we add another small animation to this. This is drift in. We can select and change into something like this, the underwater adventure. This is good. So we will have one last one over here. So let's say we want to have it up to this point. The underwater adventure, we want to have it up to this point, and then we create another split. And over here, we can select, change it to Wonders of the Sea, for example. And if you like, you can select and move it somewhere here. All right. And maybe we can have the same animation as Ascend. Okay. So over here, we can see wonderful creatures. We can add another text. We can see wonderful creatures. Okay. And because it is here, we can just select and move it up here. Okay. So we can animate also, add effects. And for example, we can add some effects, and then we can animate it to this. Okay. So, and lastly, we may have to add an outro. For example, we can come back to the template, can come over here, can search for an outro. All right, we can search for an outro. Thanks for watching. Let's have something like this. Thanks for watching. These are premium versions, so thanks for watching. I think this is good. So we can just drag and drop it here. So you can just say thanks for watching. You can subscribe. You can change the content like we've explained. You can easily change it, but you can see, you get the message. You just drag and drop an element or a design or a preset, something like that. So the next thing is we may want to add in a music, background music. So we can just go to our uploads, check out from the music that we have down to the audio. You can just, this Dream Escape is good. So you can drag and drop it. Again, we can just specify the length. We can select the adjust, and we can manually adjust any section of it. We want it to start from the beginning, and then we can see we can just move it and click out to have it inserted. Now, while still selecting, we can still come to audio effects, and we can add in the fade in like we've explained earlier, and we can add in the fade out as well. And we can select in the audio. You can come over here to beat sync or check the volume and just reduce the volume level, so we can have it a bit of very much interesting way. So we have a background music that maybe we can enjoy. All right. So over here, we can play to have a preview. All right. So you can see the entrance as well as the transition. I think this kind of looks nice. So we can add the transition across all of them. We can add across this one, can add across this. So it becomes very easy for us. So you can add across this. This is, yeah, so we can have it across this one also. We can have this much wide, and this one we can just add also very easily. So we can have this, and we can change the direction. I want it to come up like this. Okay, so and then at the end of it for the outro, we can add another one. But then this one, we can add something like this, but then I want it to come from the top. Okay, so I think this does it on this one. So again, another one, you may want to add a sound effect or something. I think I'm good with that. So another thing that we may want to add is the coloration. We can come over to this clip. We can play it. Okay, just to have a preview of what we are talking about. So I think this is clear. So we can double click on it to come over here and say edit video. And we can come to effects. Over here, we have those features that we've discussed in the class, how to play around with this white balance, the light nature. So you can play with the brightness. You can just give it a bit of a brightness, and the contrast also, we can add a little bit of the contrast. Don't make it too much, but then you can just give it a little bit of a shift. And then the highlights, we can bring in the highlights, or we can lower it a bit so it just pops out clearly. The shadow, we can lower the shadow a bit as well. No fade in. The vibrance, we can increase the vibrance as well as the saturation. I add a little bit of them so we can see the video is now coming out, popping out clearly. And down here, we can just add a little bit of a vignette, so we have a little bit of vignette. So I think this is okay for the color. I think this is okay, so we can just play. Yeah, I think this is good. So another thing that we may want to add is a B-roll. We want to add B-roll maybe in form of text, in form of video, and in form of image. Okay, so let's say we have this, or we can add it here. So let's select this, and then we can go back to our upload. We can come to image. If you want to add this guy, for example, or let's add something new. Let's say I want to add this housing here. Will it make sense? I think this one is better because these guys are equally running. So we want them to add as a picture in picture. So we can, like we said, it's covering the whole of this page. So we can just create a split here, create a split, and then we can come over here and delete this section. We can delete it here because we want it to appear only on this guy, okay, in between this guy. So we can just select, or we just want it to be only at this section. So we create another split, and then we can delete it from here as well. So the guy was running, and then suddenly it comes into this. You can select and maximize this now to fill up the entire canvas. And if you like, you can put in some animations to it as well to animate. And you can see, we can just animate it. Okay. So depending, we can animate this. So let's have a preview of what we've just done. So we'll come over here, click, and let's see. Yeah, I think this is, you got the message. Adding B-rolls is very easy. You can do that with video as well. So right now we've done with an image, so we can select this page, and then we can do that with video. So let's click, create a split, and let's click again over here and create another split. Okay, so we want to add it here. So let's go back to videos. You can select any simple video. For example, this one, just drag and drop it on the canvas. All right. Okay, so we can just select, let's say this video, we can just drag it and drop it on the canvas. And then we can adjust. For example, this one, we don't want to put it, the whole of it to cover the whole canvas. We can just want to have it as a picture in picture. This guy is running, this guy is moving very slowly, exploring the wonders, or we can just make it full screen. Just for demonstrative purpose. So this is what is going to cover, and we can just limit it to maybe 3 seconds over here. Right, so we can split and then select here, come to the 3 dots and say delete this page, and then we have everything as we saw, as we want it. Okay, so I think we actually have everything that we need. You can see right now we have this picture in picture. Yeah, so only that we need to add a transition in between this. So we can select and add a transition. And then we can select over here and add another transition so it transits out directly. So we can put in the direction from here. Okay, so I think at this point, let's play to have a preview again of what we have recorded, what we have created. Yeah, I think it's making sense, and as we have everything, including the text and everything included. So I think the video that we're trying to create is complete. So except if you have 1 or 2 things that you want to add. For example, you could come to elements and maybe you want to add something to depict something on your own. Maybe you want to add your brand stickers or your logo or thereabout. You can easily add them directly. Now to export a video, once you have created the video and you like what you see, you kind of enjoy what you've created, and you think everything is perfect, you've added all what you need to add, and you are ready to export your video, all you need is just to come to the top right over here and just click on this, and you'll be able to come over here. You can share your video in different platforms. You can copy the link and you can change the customization option to say anyone with this link can do something. Okay, you can change the control. You can be an editor, you can be a commenter or a viewer. You can change this control if you want to copy the link and share it. Okay, it's another way to export. Or you can just select from here, so you can be able to have public view link. So anyone with this link can be able to watch this video that you've just created. Okay, in this case, we just want to download the media that we've created. Alternatively, you can come to the share on social media. You can click and be able to share on all of these platforms, and it's just going to go directly. Okay, regardless, once you have your account connected to this, you can easily search and you can just share it and publish directly without you even going to the platform. But for this tutorial, we want to download the video. So you can click on download and it's going to bring you over here to specify the features that you want to download on. Usually the default is MP4, which is the suggested, and that's the one I usually go for my videos. It gives me the high quality. You can just select this. The quality you can vary, but then this is 1080, which is HD quality, and it's perfect for this. If you want, you can reduce it. You can change the quality, but this is for pro users. But I think this quality is good. The MP4 quality is good. Now you have to make sure that you've selected all the pages, okay? Except if you have an issue where you want to download some specific selected pages from here. But the default is we're going to download all of the 11 pages that we've created. Save download settings for future use. If you want to use, you can enable that as well. And once you're done, you've specified everything. You can just go ahead and just click on download, and it's going to download this particular media that you've created. So you can go ahead and play it and review it and see whether the quality, the audio, the video, as well as the coloration, everything is intact and the way you want it. So let's give you some seconds to finish the exporting, and then we can play the video at the end of this. Okay, so I think this concludes the tutorial on how to export our video from the Canva video editing platform. In the next class, we are going to look at the conclusion about this whole course and the project. Possibly there's going to be a project that could demonstrate, that you can use to demonstrate your level of understanding throughout this course that we've covered, on all the tips and features that we've covered in this course. There's going to be a simple project that you can just carry out to demonstrate your understanding.